Hey people, this is John of Video Games in the World. The James Bond franchise has been around for almost 6 decades, and it had lots of good movies, and there were some bad ones too. We all remember that James Bond started in novels by Ian Fleming before having 25 movies up until this day, and it spawned video games as well, such as GoldenEye for the N64, which I, along many others, consider the original Fortnite. It is the original Fortnite, to be honest with all of you. We remember the actors who played James Bond in movies: Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and currently Daniel Craig. I grew up with the Brosnan in movies, and he's my favorite. Daniel Craig is cool too. Timothy Dalton, he should have taken over in 1981 in the 1981 movie For Your Eyes Only, and of course, we know Connery is the original badass 007. I thought Roger Moore, may he rest in peace, was awesome too. Lazenby, he just didn't get enough opportunity as Bond. He could have been awesome too. My parents grew up watching the Connery films, and I saw them too. They were freaking awesome. My favorite out of all of them is Dr. No, the original. But now, this is about a chat that has been going on since the movie Spectre, which was premiered on November 2015. Many ask, who would be the next James Bond? People suggested an actor of color to play the role. Many people thought that Chiwetel Ejiofor should play him or David Oyelowo. But in my honest opinion, Idris Elba should be the one to play 007. He truly fits that role, a total badass indeed. But then a lot of people heard about James Bond being reimagined as a female, and of course, drama followed and people lost their cool.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the...
Knowing the shitstorm I'm going to get for saying this or accused of mansplaining, I also disagree with James Bond being a woman. This has been going on for a long while, as many people said about this. No, you can't do that. You have to create a new character. And it turns out that the longtime James Bond producer, Barbara Broccoli, said the following: James Bond can be of any color, but he is male. I believe we should be creating new characters for women. Strong female characters. I'm not particularly interested in taking a male character and having a woman play it. I think women are far more interesting than that. Isn't that just great? And she is 100% right in what she said. You can't just take an already established character and race swap and gender swap that character. You have to create a brand new one so that the gender, sexual, and racial demographic you're aiming for can be naturally represented in a unique way. James Bond should remain a male, as it must and should be always. However, many say that his number, 007, is a designation number that can be given to anyone, male or female. But I believe James Bond is the true 007. We all know how he likes it. Shaken, not stirred. And also, I also agree that I would also love to see a man of color playing James Bond. Like I said earlier, Idris Elba is my first choice for James Bond 007. Okay. In other articles, it was said that Lashana Lynch, who is playing the character of Nomi in the upcoming 007 movie, No Time to Die, will be the next 007. I saw the trailer last Saturday when I went to see The Rise of Skywalker, and I think she could pull it off pretty good. Just saying. Now, in the past few years, we have seen reboots and established characters being race swapped or gender swapped or changed that character's sexual orientation. Of course, a lot of drama has followed after seeing such things. Why the race and gender changes? To diversify the characters because of people harping about inclusion and representation. For the record, I am all for inclusion and representation. I am all for new strong female characters. But race and gender bending most times are often peak tokenism. Why? Because it's lazy. And to me, it's better to create a brand new character than changing already established characters. And of course, lots of people don't like it when movies nowadays want to impose some political message on everybody. Like Charlie's Angels, for example. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard mixed things about it. Some people say it's bad, some people say it's good. But I'm going to find out for myself when it comes on Netflix. Might get heat for saying that. Most likely. People who disagree with such things often said the same thing over and over again. You can't do that. You have to create a brand new character instead. But instead, these people who said that were told a lot of mean things like bigot, sexist, racist, and so many other ugly labels. Remember the 2016 Ghostbusters movie? Lots of people didn't like it, and most people, because of that, who didn't like it, were labeled as misogynistic bigots for no reason. I saw the movie and I didn't like it because it did not live up to the spirit of the original movie. They tried like way too hard to be like the original, but it wasn't funny. And the special effects looked like something out of the Scooby-Doo live action movie from 2001 or 2002. They name-called people who disagree with the new actress who's going to portray Ariel in the live-action reboot of The Little Mermaid. And you know what's funny? Many of these people who labeled people that hated reboots like Ghostbusters were not too happy about a show that they like being rebooted. Like Buffy, for example, being reimagined as a black female. I guess these SJW/NPC types don't like the taste of their own medicine. There were reboots that were good, but so many sucked. Some character changes were good, but most of them were completely unnecessary. And that's all, people. Comment, share, hit that like button, subscribe, and support me on Patreon. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. This is John, host of Video Games and the World. Bang! Have a good one. Bye-bye.